Only God knows I love you. I don't even know you. Only God knows. But I know you. And I love you. First, what it is, focus your homeboy first. Back again with another episode of Everybody Got a Story. This is the platform in which I try to shed light on the extraordinary stories of extraordinary people who ordinarily wouldn't have an opportunity to tell their story in great detail. I am so happy to be bringing this one to y'all today. This is the first interview of its kind in terms of where we had a viewer see one of the previous Everybody Got a Story interviews, and she reached out to me and she wanted to share her story. That's what I want to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, there's so many of us that walk around with these great stories with us. And these stories need to be told. So I'm proud to introduce to you an entertainer herself. All right. Somebody who one of my mother's former students. So you know what I'm saying? It adds another level to it. I'm very interested to see what she says about my mom. My mama taught me as well, but you know what I'm saying? I would love to hear how my mama may have affected her life. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, I bring to you Major Key. Hey, what's happening?
Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
As I said before we kicked it off, I'm so happy that you're willing to share your story. I'm sure it's going to inspire a lot of people. You feel me?
Yes, sir. I'm so nervous, but
Oh, no, ain't nothing to it but to do it. But I ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna go ahead and get into your story. So go ahead and tell the people where you're from and how would you describe your upbringing there?
I'm from Canton, Mississippi,
Mm-hmm.
and my upbringing was not the best. It was very dysfunctional,
Okay.
and but as a kid, I always remembered like music would grab my attention, and it would like take me into just a whole nother place of imagination, and it would just like I knew how I felt on the inside. I couldn't express it in words, but to hear a song or to hear a poem, and that's exactly how you feel. I remember just like I was 3 years old and I was infatuated with Michael Jackson. I would put I would get my granddaddy tube socks and
Yeah.
wait till Granny mopped the floor in the trailer, and I'd be sliding across her floor in his tube socks. And I loved when the VH1 special of Michael Jackson would come on for that weekend. I
Yeah.
didn't want to do nothing. I was up all night until it went off. Like I would be up 3 days straight. That is one of my favorite artists. And
No doubt. The GOAT.
yeah, definitely. So music for me was kind of my sanity growing up in such a dysfunctional family where you got arguing and just fighting all the time. And, I just naturally, I was never the one to, fight type of person. But as life goes on and you mature and, things are different when you're a kid versus when you're adolescent. And
Yeah.
when you grow up into, being an adult, you see things like, wow, that was on that when I was a kid. Not supposed to
Yeah.
know nothing about that. Like, so
Mhm.
yeah, growing up in Can, very interesting.
Yeah. That's a
It's
great way
very
to put
interesting.
it. Yeah. Well,
And I believe in the city of lights. I love where I'm from.
no doubt. Can
I
time.
I just wish we support each other more instead of fighting against one another. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Right.
as far as growing up, I had a decent life. I was a pretty bad kid. I did a lot of mischievous things coming up.
Well, what elementary school did you attend and kind of describe your time there?
I attended Ken Elementary School.
Okay.
Um, I was a talker, so I would get in trouble a lot for talking and kind of distracting class a
Hmm.
lot. And I did win a talent show when I was in like second grade,
Okay.
and I think I won like second place or something like that. I sang. I do remember that. Um, Yeah, that's pretty much all I can remember about elementary school.
Okay, yeah, my wife went to Kent Elementary. Okay, so
Yeah,
shout out to Kent Elementary. Uh, Describe your high school experience.
I was terrible.
Okay,
I was good and terrible. I enjoyed high school though.
right.
I got to see a lot of good fights. I stayed in trouble majority of the times, and
Uh,
I was one of those students. I was very vocal about how I felt, and teachers like Mr. Bright and Miss Wells and Barbara Brown, they was kind of the only ones that could like get me there. Like, hey, you need to like. They were harder on me than other teachers. And Sandra King, my
mhm.
11th grade history teacher,
That's my girl. Okay,
she
King
was,
talk too.
yes, she was
Oh,
very, and she was one of my favorite teachers. Wells, Barbara Woods, and those are my favorite teachers.
I gotta send this to King because
And
you gonna melt her heart
yeah,
with that.
she's
Okay.
like, I man, Mr. Matters. We had this math teacher named Mr. Matters. He was young. He was like 22,
Mm-hmm.
and I would cut up in his class because it was lunch period. And he would literally like, hey, I will go and get, don't make me go get Miss King. And I'd be like, all right, let me, give me a chance. Like, but those were the teachers that were the hardest
Okay.
on me.
Okay.
And, I think they were hard on me because they saw something in me. They've all expressed, that, hey, I see this in you. I just need you to see it in yourself.
Mm, that's
Yeah.
deep.
So, yeah, I was a cusser in high school. I would skip school, but when Miss Wells, Miss Brown, or King come at me about something I done did, man, I used to be scared because
Right.
I knew that they knew what they were talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and I always knew right from wrong. So I knew half the time the stuff I would do and say, towards other teachers, it was just because they wouldn't. It's like they were scared to like whip me in shape, but those teachers, they were not, and I
Okay.
appreciate them for that.
That's
I
real.
appreciate them for that.
Shout out to all the real ones that are teachers out there. Pay teachers 100 grand, and you'll have more teachers like the ones she just described. Now, I think my mama told me that you were in her drama class,
I was,
and that was her beloved class. Out of everything, of course,
yes,
she enjoyed teaching English, but she felt like drama is where she got to really teach, and she was able to bring some things out of y'all. And she talked
yes.
about all the productions that y'all put on. So, kind of talk to me about drama class in high school.
Drama class was my safe haven.
Okay.
That's the class I looked forward to the most because Ms. Wells allowed me different ways of expressing myself,
Mm-hmm.
without being potty mouth or without, it gave me something to do and it gave me something to believe in. And I felt like it was something I was good at
Mm-hmm.
because, even as a kid, I've always, I always do impersonations. I love movies like, The Five Heartbeats,
I could tell that from
Little
when you
Richard.
impersonated your teacher.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, okay, yeah, she good at this. I
Like,
peeped it.
I gravitated to movies with music and
Mm-hmm.
just more theatrical, feel and vibe because it literally gave me something to
Mm-hmm.
just like express myself with.
Mm-hmm.
So when I tried out and she stood up and she was like, Akitria, that was amazing.
Oh.
And I was like, oh man, I'm like really good at this. And she would always tell me, one day you're gonna be my star student. And I just pray I'm here to see it. And like her words, they meant something to me because, it's easy to feel like you got something in you that you can't see.
Yeah.
And for someone else to see it. And then, you're dealing with different things in high school with, maturing, becoming a young lady, trying to figure yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
And, you got negative influences at home. I heard I wasn't going to be nothing. I was going to have 50 babies and it's just all kind of stuff, man, that you wouldn't expect from people that look at you every day.
Right.
You just wouldn't expect it. So for me to like make Miss Wells proud, and she was a tough teacher.
Right.
Like she was tough. So to see that I could make her happy and make her proud, like I think that's why we like clicked. And I would stay, behind after school, and she would drop gems on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be like, what is this lady talking about? But I kind of understood what she was talking about. But it would just be random. Like it would be so random. She would walk out of class, and you know, her and Barbara is after school, so they would probably be talking about something. And she'd walk back in, and she just hit me with a quote.
Right.
And I'd be like, what? Well, where did that come from?
Yeah.
But yeah, she's given me like a lot to ponder on, far as introducing me to different genres of poetry, and her and Woods, different genres of poetry,
Okay.
different genres of music,
Mm-hmm.
pushing me to read, pushing me to, hey, when you get home, look up a word that you don't know. Or she, just go to the dictionary and pick a word you don't know. And
Right.
then you write about it. And I never forget, she said, Akitria, if you can write a sentence, you can write a paragraph. If you can write a paragraph, you can write a short story. If you can write a short story, you can write a movie. And that stuck with me because I'm
That's
like,
real.
she's right.
She's right. That's right.
And I told her, I was like, well, I love music, And she said, oh, get into poetry.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, and you can write you some poetry and you add a little tune and you got yourself some music.
That's true.
And that stuck with me
Yeah.
because I love writing and I love words. And she told me one day, very random, she just, after practice, and she's like, Akitria, words can be used to heal or harm.
Mm-hmm.
Try using yours for the greater good. And I don't even know if she remembers saying half this stuff to me,
Mm-hmm.
but I know it's been like 10 plus years, and it's a lot she says, it sticks.
Mm. That's real. Well,
So she's
shout out to my mama for being a real one. Mama, like I don't even know some of this stuff because my mama, she would go to work and get in that work mode, and she was a totally different person. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like she looks at me. I'm, a totally different person to her. When I'm out here doing my thing, in her eyes, I'm just that little boy. And in my eye, that's my mama. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But so to hear all this stuff from you, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for saying that, because I'm learning stuff that I didn't even know what she was
Even
doing.
with the clip of the song I sent you yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm still working on. So she told me one day, she's like, is this something you really want to do? I said, as well, I love it. But I always have a problem with getting stage fright. That
Mm-hmm.
was my biggest issue, was
Mm-hmm.
stage fright. And one day, it was after I had messed up. I had messed up real bad for Christmas, the Christmas program.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot the words. And I went out and I had my head down and I'm crying, I'm sobbing. And she held my chin up and she said, to be one of the greats, you have to study the greats, and then you pave your own road to success.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, you're going to fail. To be successful, you have to fail.
Mm-hmm.
It's a process. And but this was her baby, and she asked me a million times, are you sure you can do it? And I'm like, yes, ma'am. And I got up there and I flopped, like
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of Mary Did You Know?
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of her most favorite Christmas songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt just terrible, but like I said, it stuck with me. And I don't know, I just feel like everything that's been leading up to my dreams like coming into fruition, like one of the first people to like look at me and say, I believe in you enough to put you on a stage to
Mm-hmm.
see what you can do. And I'll never forget that. And when I blow up and become big, she's still gonna be here to see it, because I want, like, VH1, BET, when they interviewing her, asking her about me, Like that's gonna mean everything to me.
Man, so we gonna claim that, you know what I'm saying? Want mama to be able to see that most definitely. Cause when I told her I was just interviewing you right then, she started to chuckle and stuff like that. I said she was just telling a story about you right then. You messing it up. She said, oh, okay, okay, okay. All right, so she gonna love to see this. But so what college did you attend and kind of what factors played a role in you going there?
Well, I didn't attend college right after high school.
Okay.
Um, my grandmother and my great grandmother kind of fell sick,
Oh, that's
so
real.
they moved in with us and kind of just worked, jobs here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And after straight after the real world, I became pregnant with a
Mm.
baby. So I
Mm-hmm.
became a mom and I stayed, home for like a year, and then I became a nurse's aide. I
Mm-hmm.
went to Whitfield, got my certification, and I've been doing that for like 10 years up until like literally like a month or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I love my job. I love what I do. It's just seeing so much death.
Yeah.
That's the most traumatic part of my job because you get close to these people. You get close to them and you look up and you come in to work your shift one day and their bed is cleared. They're not there anymore. And being, dealing with the racism from certain, but that's, you can't hold it against them because that's what they knew back then. But we, as a black woman, I do deal with a lot of racism,
Mm.
depending on what area I'm in.
So does your music kind of help you deal like because you talk
Oh
about the
yeah.
stuff growing up, you talk about the the stuff
Oh,
just
music.
seeing the death, you know what I'm saying, on the job, you talk about the racism. How does your music play a role in you dealing with all that?
My music played a role because anybody you ask that had worked with me, they will tell you, I'll come to work, I'll check with my charge nurse. Hey, you got a boom box? Can I play some music?
Mm-hmm.
And the residents, they loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would love it. They loved to see me, play around and, sing to a little Temptation or sing a little, Michael Jackson. Like it would just change the energy in the room.
Mm-hmm.
When COVID first hit, you know, I seen a lot of residents just they were going like that. And I'm like, man, I can't wait till this is over, but it never stopped. And I fell into this deep depression because it's like we can't go nowhere, we can't do nothing. I'm already an overthinker, so getting my thoughts, not the best place for me to be.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, I learned like music is therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And I would use that to kind of keep the few residents that I did have,
Mm-hmm.
just to keep them just something to look forward to. Like if me making myself look stupid for 5 minutes or, making you laugh, just something to
Mm-hmm.
make you feel like, hey, we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this together. You're human. I love you. For now, I'm your family until your family can come and visit,
Right.
and that's how I got through that. And I would go in to work. I would play gospel in the morning time.
Mm-hmm.
Then for lunch, I switch it up, let them hear a little Marvin Gaye or, just music that they grew up listening to
Mm-hmm.
and they loved it. And that's how I got through.
So with all that, and this is a lot. First, no, before I go into the next question, first of all, God bless you for being a real one to those people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people uh were given a lot of lip service, in my opinion, to people who had jobs like yours, who were out there on the front lines in the middle of COVID with vulnerable people. They were making commercials calling y'all heroes, but they didn't want to pay y'all properly. I'm all
Hmm.
about you can pay people properly for what they do. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They handling business and they're doing. I also say everybody's work essential. Everybody's work, and I think COVID proved that
Yeah.
you need everybody in the
Everybody.
economy to handle their business in order for this thing to work. So God bless you for, you know what I'm saying, being on the front lines in the midst of a pandemic, the likes of we ain't seen since uh, the early 1900s, and you out
Yeah.
there risking your life, but you talking about how you still trying to put a smile on somebody else's face.
Yeah.
So that's real
Um,
right there.
and it's funny because growing up, I was shocked when I started like caring for elderly people because I was just
Mm.
always one of those kids who didn't, potty mouth. So, but I found out that old people mouth is just as potty as mine.
That's where we got them from.
And they love the dirty jokes, or I used to
Hey,
have
you see the statement T I'm wearing today. Tomorrow isn't promised.
promise.
Cuss them out today. Hey,
Yeah, so like,
hey. A lot of
but
old people like this shirt.
yeah, I'm
They,
sure they do.
mm-hmm,
But yeah, man, I I've been through a lot in life, but I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't go another route. I wouldn't
mm-hmm,
pick another road because I don't know who that person would be.
mm-hmm.
Everything I've went through has molded me into who I am.
So, out of all those things, what would you say has been the most challenging thing?
The most challenging thing for me throughout life has been, I would say, would be like accepting that I'm different.
Mm. Mm.
I'm very different.
That's real. That's one of the realest answers I've had to that question.
Like I'm different, and I would try and fit people's mold, and it would
Mm.
always break. And I would, it's like, why am I trying to fit a mold? I'm goofy. I'm loud. I'm energetic. Like, who cares if people think you doing this or doing that? Just be you
Mm.
and not.
So, so for our viewers, then, can you give them some game then on how you arrived at that? Like, how did you go from trying to be in their box to saying, no, I'm different, I'm gonna be me? How did you get there?
Um, I got there by the life lessons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, anybody will say anything to seem different,
Mm.
but you have
Mm.
to really be different.
Oh,
You know
you
what I
s-
mean?
now you spitting right now. Go ahead. Go
People
ahead.
people will say anything to seem different.
Right.
I know I'm different.
Mm.
God uses me. Even in my imperfection, He uses me. He
Mm.
uses me to encourage people. He
Mm.
uses me to pray for my friends, and they'll be going through something, and I can hear their heart. He uses me. He'll send me visions of different things. And like, it'll just be weird. Friends come to me about things, and I'll say something, and like, boom, it may be a month later, a year later, a week later, but it happened.
Mm.
Why? And I used to always try to figure out why. You're different. That's why. Why is it that this young girl who's been through emotional abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, how can she still find like inner peace to even begin to have a sense of humor?
Mm.
All of my most traumatic moments in my life are the funniest when I look back at them.
Mm. Mm. That's interesting.
Nobody can ever check me about who I am because I check myself every day.
Mm.
I tell myself every day, now see where you got me stuck at. That right there. Mm-mm. We ain't gonna do that.
I like that. I like that. That make me think about Ti had a song, I think on one like his first album, maybe six, something like that. Where he talks about giving himself a straightening. I know Migos got a song called "Straightening" That, but
Yeah,
in the South, we know all about you. Somebody,
yeah,
usually the elders gonna straighten you up. They
yeah.
gonna
Oh
put
yeah,
that thing on. But the real ones, you gonna straighten yourself. Like you said, you know what I'm saying. I check myself. If I'm
yeah.
thinking some impure thoughts, and I'm thinking, "Oh, bro, what you doing?" I had to check myself,
Right.
and that's why I ain't finna take no mess off nobody else. I ain't finna take no criticism. I ain't gonna take no criticism, comments, and man, you gotta not worry about them. No, why would I listen to them when their standards are not higher for me than mine?
Right.
They don't love me. I love myself. You know what I'm saying? So I I, I felt that
Yeah.
what you just said. I felt that deep down in my soul, for real, for real. Who are those people you lean on in your most difficult moments? And I try to always tell young people coming up under me that they gotta be selective with friends and find those one good people who they can lean on. So who are those people who you lean on in your difficult moments?
Um, I lean on my mother
Okay.
a lot. She's a very praying. She's a praying woman,
Mm-hmm.
and she birthed me, so I know she wants the best for me. I lean on my baby sister. She's also a musician herself, Key Bray.
Okay. Shout out. Shout out.
Um, yeah, and most importantly, I lean on God.
Mm, okay.
Not to should have said him first, but you say the best for last sometimes. So I definitely lean on him a lot. Um, Man, if I didn't have him, I'd be crazy. I'd be like in damn Whitfield somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
just crazy. So, yeah, I give him that one.
Okay. Well, name your greatest influences.
My greatest influences with music, Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Um, my greatest influences coming up far as teaching me about being a woman, about becoming a woman. Um, Mrs. Mary Wells, Barbara Brown, and Sandra King.
Uh, Now this is a very valuable question. Um, I got this tattoo on my arm said, I don't think you can see that, but it says "I will not lose." And that's something I got from Hove, Jay Z. Uh, and he said he even extended it in one of his rhymes. Said, "I will not lose, for even in defeat, it's a valuable lesson learned, so that evens it up for me." And that kind of stuff stuck with me. I always tell my youngins that because I'm gonna take a loss and I'm gonna flip that thing and turn it into a win because I'm gonna learn something and then I'm not gonna lose like that again. You feel
Right,
me?
right.
So with that being said, what was a mistake or a loss or whatever in your life that you really value because you learned something from
I just learned to value life itself.
it? Mm-hmm.
I've been in 7 car wrecks.
Ooh.
Yeah. Um, I was a diabetic growing up, so I was in and out of the hospital all the time. My last serious relationship, uh, it was very abusive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've got scars from that and, trauma from that I'm working through and working on. I've learned to value life. I lost my little brother in 2019. He was only 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned to value life. I've learned to grasp hold to life in that moment and appreciate what God has given you in front of you. And if it's a piece of bread and a slice of cheese, guess what? Make cheese toast. If it's a lemon, a pitcher, and one bottle of water, make some lemonade. I just learned to value life itself. And I've learned to value my gift of being able to encourage people when half the time I be needing encouragement myself. And that's just for real. I've learned to appreciate the traumatic moments. I've learned to appreciate the Judases in my life, the people that kiss you on the cheek and then betray you right after. I just learned to appreciate it. Like you did that. That's fine. I wish the best for you.
Mm-hmm. That's some real stuff. America, I hope y'all listening. It's some real knowledge right here. Um, I ask all my guests this: who do you live for?
I live for myself and I live for God.
Mm,
If He doesn't put it on my heart to do it or to say it, then I try my best not to say it. But even with that, I have a real relationship with this man. So there's sometimes in situations he telling me, hey, go and tell this person, da 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 da. And I'm like, Lord, they don't even talk to me. They don't even speak to me. Like, why would I tell them something? And he's like, but I just told you to tell them. And I sometimes when I'm frustrated, I be like, now look, God, you said that eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard the things that you have for my life. Those are your words, not mine. I remind God of the promises He's made to me because I have a relationship with Him
Mm-hmm.
and He's my friend. And I talk to Him when I get up in the morning. I say, God, you have an encouraging word to give me to someone.
Mm-hmm.
And like, He's real.
Mm.
He's real.
Is there anything that you'd be willing to die for?
My son, my mother, my sister, and my brother,
Family.
my family.
Family. That's real. That's real. So I don't want to get out of here without getting some of these quick hitters up out you. You understand? We have such a well-rounded entertainer here with us, America. I want to make her put her on the spot real quick and
Oh
see
gosh.
who her picks are. So you
Okay.
ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Lil Kim or Trina?
Oh, definitely Lil Kim.
Oh, she said light work. Okay. Why you taking Kim? Cause a lot of folk out there don't know that Kim really on some godmother of the game, the way the
Yeah,
game
definitely.
is right
Like
now.
I always give credit where it's due. And Lil Kim just had that spunk,
Mm-hmm.
that umph in hip hop that I've mimicked. I
Okay.
studied and you know, we're not gonna act like Lil Kim didn't set the game on fire when she came.
She did that.
You know what I mean? And
She did that. She did
I
that.
just pray that we will give her flowers, a little bit more. I know I joke a lot because I'm a comedian too.
Mm-hmm.
And I say my jokes here and there, but I'll never take that from her. Like, never. So definitely Lil Kim for me.
Shout out to the Queen Bee. All right, we're gonna fast forward to today. We're gonna the ladies of today that's up there in major on the major labels running the game right now. Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki, or Cardi?
Nikki.
Oh, light work again, huh? Okay. Okay. Why Nicki?
Um, well, Adam, I would have to say that she's just good.
Whoa, that was crazy.
She's
That was
amazing.
crazy.
She's
Like
amazing.
you sounded just like I was wondering was something coming in my head. I'm like, man, what's going on? That's crazy.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
see with the impressions. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. All right, let's go over to the acting world then. Acting world. Halle Berry, Vivica A. Fox, or Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett.
Oh,
What's love got to do with it? That's it.
oh,
What's love got to
oh.
do with it?
Yeah, she
I
cut
I
up
I,
there.
I can't take my baby, Miss Cole. Like she owned it. She owned it.
Ah,
She owned it. The limousine,
ooh.
the limousine scene.
She's inspired countless women with that limousine scene. That
Yes. Yes.
shout out to Angela. She the truth. All right, this is one that I had posed on my platforms. Got a lot of engagement behind it. I posed this question because of my daughter, who we go back and forth. We argue about this at least once a week. Cosby Show or Martin?
Cosby.
Oh, you took Cosby. Oh, she gonna love you for that. She's gonna
The
love you for
Cosby
that
Show.
answer.
I love the Cosby Show.
Talk to him. What did it for
My
you with for
favorite,
Cosby?
one of my favorite episodes is when Denise was supposed to make Theo this Gordon Gartrell replica,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes and he gets the shirt, and he tried them on, and he's like, Denise! Like that's I would die laughing at that episode.
They were just
And
watching
she's
that the other day.
it's just like, you don't like it? Ask me that question again. Like I love that
They
episode,
were
man.
literally watching that the other day, and I'm like, babe, I'll tell my wife, y'all have seen this 1,000 times. My wife loved that show as well. So they gonna love you for that answer. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. So this has been amazing. America, I told y'all it was going to be. You understand? I told y'all, but can't get out of here before asking you this. What do you hope others will learn from your story?
Keep God first, and you never know how strong you really are on the inside. Use your words to heal and for the greater good. If you can encourage somebody, encourage them. You never know when a person is fighting depression. Be there for the people that encourage you. If you got somebody in your life that encourage you daily, and they may go a 2, 3, 4 days without a word of encouragement to you,
Mm-hmm.
reach out, because now they're overwhelmed because they've given so much of their self out, and they need somebody that can pour that back into them.
America, I gave y'all a jewel with this one. And this one is one that just, I guess God just made it happen. Cause I owe it to this sister for hitting me up in the inbox, and she was like she wanted to tell her story, and I'm glad that she did. I appreciate you for sharing your story.
Thank you so
You know,
much.
God bless you in all your endeavors. Everybody can clearly see that you are wildly talented, insanely talented. Okay,
Thank you.
and I wish you the best in everything you doing. Salute.
Thank you so much.
All right. Whew. I told y'all that was gonna be a great interview. Um, it just felt right. In terms of she reached out to me. No, everybody else y'all have seen so far have been people who I've reached out to. You know, people in my circle, or I've reached out to other people. You know, what I'm saying, who I kind of dig that they got an extraordinary story that needs to be heard. You know what I'm saying? But this sister hit me up, and obviously it was a blessing. Uh, Hopefully you took away from her story uh, something that you hear in a lot of stories that's been shared so far. Perseverance, just overcoming trauma, but still being able to smile and still being able to make something positive out of those negative experiences. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said before, fellow Mississippian Roberts once said, make your mess your message. Uh, that's just real talk. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like. That sister has done. You understand? Um, I can't say enough. She's just insanely talented. You understand? Just insanely talented. Y'all saw with the impersonations and stuff like that. You see clearly she has a very exuberant personality. Uh, the sky is not the limit for her because the sky is unlimited. You know what I'm saying? So, and she repping the hometown, Candy, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? My hometown, a small city in the state of Mississippi, but as y'all can see, we got plenty of gems here. Plenty of gems. And I wish the best to that queen. And I hope that you were inspired by her story. I hope that you uh mess with her brand. You know what I'm saying? When you see her put stuff out, make sure you check that out. Ketria Booze, aka the Major Key, drop some major knowledge here on our platform today. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate her for sharing her story again. And I appreciate y'all for viewing. So make sure y'all follow me across all social media platforms. Make sure you follow Major Key as well. Uh, Make sure you share this to as many people as possible because people need these positive, inspirational stories. You know what I'm saying? Because we got so much stuff going on in the world. You feel me? So make sure you like it, share it to as many people as possible. And also make sure y'all go to statementteesllc.com. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear makes a statement. As you can see right here, the statement I'm making here. And as we said in the interview, you know what I'm saying, Major Key likes to use some foul language from time to time. And if you know me for real, I dabble in that. I dabble in that as well. But if you like this shirt, go on over to statementteesllc.com and you can cop that for yourself. Don't go for the imitation, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you look for the logo. You feel me? If it doesn't say Statement Tees, it didn't come from my wife or me. You understand? But appreciate y'all for viewing again. And remember, everybody got a story. So listen. One. My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit statementteesllc.com and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.